The coffin hadn't even touched the ground when a man in a black suit stepped forward. He wasn't there to mourn. He was there for me. "Divorce papers," he said, his voice slicing through the silence of my father's funeral. "She gets the house, the business, and full custody." Gasps rippled through the crowd. My in-laws smirked, their laughter louder than the dirt hitting my father's grave. And then my daughter, the one I raised, the one I thought I knew, shook her head. "You never deserved her anyway." I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I just signed, calm, quiet, because I knew something no one else did. That day wasn't just my father's burial. It was the burial of the man I used to be. 15 years earlier, she was everything. Her smile lit corners of my life I didn't know were dark. Her touch anchored me. We built dreams together, late nights, whispered promises, and a business we grew with our bare hands. I trusted her with everything. My love, my future, my legacy. But love turned to habit, and habit turned to weapon. I should have noticed the book club nights, the silence at dinner, the way she flinched from my touch. Her phone always face down. I told myself it was grief for my father's illness clouding my judgment. But truth always leaves traces. And hers was laughter. Not the hollow chuckles she gave me, but the raw, unguarded laughter I heard through a cracked door. Laughter with another man, my business partner. I didn't confront her. Not then. Instead, I let the betrayal sink in bone deep. I stopped begging for loyalty. I stopped waiting for answers. I had something sharper now. Patience. They thought I was finished. At that funeral, while they celebrated my downfall, I was already setting the pieces in motion. First, the business. On paper was hers. In reality, every asset was tied to debts I had shifted quietly into her name. When the banks came, they wouldn't come for me. Second, the house. She thought she won walls and windows. What she really got was a prison of bills, refinance hidden, impossible to escape. Third, custody. She thought parading my daughter against me would destroy me. But teenagers are fragile. They see masks slip. I didn't need to fight. I just needed time. And finally, the in-laws. Their laughter would choke when the funds they siphoned from my success vanished, clawed back under fraud investigations. Every signature they celebrated that day wasn't victory. It was a lock to their own cage. 6 months later, the pieces fell. She came to court in designer clothes bought on maxed-out credit. My former partner was already gone, dragged into an investigation he couldn't outrun. My in-laws were too busy pleading with creditors to stand beside her. Only my daughter came, though her eyes weren't defiant anymore. They were tired, older, ashamed. She saw me across the hall and spat. "You ruined me." I stepped close, my voice low enough for only her to hear. "No, you ruined yourself." I just held the mirror. Her hands trembled as a judge read the ruling. Bankruptcy filed, custody reconsidered, assets seized. I stood steady, calm, exactly as planned. When it ended, I walked out into the cold air, free. My daughter lingered in the doorway, hesitant, torn. She didn't run to me. Not yet, but she didn't turn away either. That was enough. At my father's funeral, she thought she buried me with those papers. But I had risen sharper, colder, untouchable. Betrayal has consequences. And revenge, when executed with precision, isn't rage. It's art.